Immigration and Jobs Talk Show, and you're watching Daily Immigration Dose. I'm Sam, your host, and today Rajni has also joined me, so I'm very excited for today's episode. But before moving ahead, let me read out this very important disclaimer. That is, by watching our videos, you understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not professional advice, so use it at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. All right, once again, guys, welcome back to Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. And to Rajni as well. How are you doing, Rajni? I'm so happy to have you again.
Thank you so much, Sam. I am so glad to be back. I know Napasa is actually busy today with her work, and hopefully she can join us in between. But it's again good to be back. And just I think at around 2 or 1 Eastern, I was having this show with one of our attorney, Prashant Ajmera, and I was actually telling him that I'm going to be back at 4 because I said I'm going to be back because we are going to be back, as in the show is going to be back. So I very coincidentally said that I'm going to be back, and little did I know did I knew that I'm actually going to be back. So with you for the show. So I think I actually manifested this. So I'm happy and looking forward to it. Thank you
Me
so much.
too. Me too. I'm also very grateful that you joined us today. And yeah, I think today, we are going to talk about a very intriguing topic, that is, which high demand jobs are perfect for new immigrants in the US. So, this is a very important topic, friends, and specifically, we talk about immigrants. Then, when immigrants arrive in the US, then one of the first things they often seek is stable employment. And this is also good news that there are many high demand jobs across various industries that are ideal for immigrants in US. So these roles often do not require much extensive hard work or much extensive work experience, but you can also make them accessible to those jobs just by starting their new lives. So there are different jobs that we are going to talk about in today's episode, like healthcare, technology, construction, agriculture, and also the service industries that are specially abundant. So we are going to talk about these high demand fields, and immigrants can also find rewarding work that support both their career goals and financial stability in the US. But before moving ahead into today's topic and touching detail on these topics, let's have a quick update on the news. So, firstly, I would like to talk about Australia. So, Australia is planning to expand its temporary migration pathways to help elevate the strain on its labor market, especially in sectors like hospitality and agriculture. The new policies will now allow more foreign workers to come and fill gaps in key industries, further supporting economic recovery. Moving ahead with USCIS. So, the US Citizenship and Immigration Services has updated its rules, now requiring applicants for green cards to submit their medical exam results, Form I 693, along with Form I 485, and failure to submit the medical exam that may result in rejection. So, this change aims to streamline processing and reduce delays. Moving ahead with New Zealand, the New Zealand's government is revising its immigration policies to attract more skilled labor to fill critical shortages. As the country's population growth slows, officials are adjusting visa and residency policies to help boost the workforce and economic recovery. With Canada's immigration changes to address worker shortages. In response to growing labor shortages, Canada is now focusing on increasing its immigration intake, particularly for skilled workers and temporary workers. So the country has updated its immigration policies to address these gaps in its workforce, particularly in the agriculture and tech sectors. So these adjustments aim to ensure that the labor market is adequately supplied while also providing immigrants with the necessary support. So these were some major news updates that I would like to highlight before delving into today's topic. And yeah, I think now we have a start. We should start about talking about today's topic, that are what or which high demand jobs are perfect for new immigrants in the US. So, I think, Rajni, firstly, I would like to talk about software developers.
Mhm.
So, software developers is not only in high demand in US, but I think all over the world,
Right.
it's one of the most secure and well-paying careers that anyone can pursue today with their hard work and skills, obviously. So I think, yeah, this is a top field, with great demand, excellent salaries, and also visa sponsorship opportunities as well. So I think, yeah, friends, if you are starting your career or considering to have a switch and trying to become a software developer, then I think the opportunities in this career, in this field, are endless. And also, Rajni, we can see several industries also, especially tech giant industries like Google, Microsoft, Apple. So these are, several major companies in the US that are constantly in demand for more software developers. So,
Right.
Rajni, what do you think that how are the future aspects of software developers?
I think, see, sometimes there is a shortage of opportunities. I mean, definitely, but then the field itself is so vast, and the opportunities are really vast in this field, because these days, everybody needs the developers in their organizations, whether it's a big company or a small company, right? Right, Sam? So software developers, I think they have a great need in the market, and the opportunities are a lot.
Mhm.
So I think it's the only thing the applicant has to look for is the right opportunity, or
Right.
the right kind of the right kind of company which actually suits their profile. Sometimes, because what happens is, they have 2 years of experience and they want to work in a very big company or at a very big position, which I don't think so is possible. And then they say that there is a shortage of opportunities, right? And sometimes what happens is, because of these things, they find less opportunities. So I think what the people, or what the applicant should focus on is, depending on their skill set, depending on their talent, and also depending on their resume, which what company is suitable for them to work for that period of time. So they should target that. They are always, it always feels good to work for the best of the companies, but then you also will have to look at the number of years of experience that you have in your resume. If you have good number of years of experience, it's going to be good for you. The market is vast for you, the opportunities are vast for you. But then if you only have 1 or 2 years of experience, you also will have the slow start, and you can't complain. You will have to take the right opportunity, or whatever opportunity that is coming your way, right? And don't necessarily will get the big companies. So you shouldn't be complaining, or but rather, I feel that you should be looking for the right opportunity, and you should eye for, depending on your skill set, whatever that you can get at the moment, so that you can gain more and more experience, and then you can make your resume strong, you can build it strong, and then you can go out in the market and go out for the bigger companies.
Absolutely, and I think that's perfectly explained from by you. And Rajni, also that most of the people think that being a software developer, it's more about just spending hours and hours on your laptop. So
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely, that's very obvious. During your initial period, you have to work 10 hours, 12 hours, or you don't know how many hours it is required. But even after that, also it is also challenging that some on the other you still need to get updated with the latest courses that are coming in the market. So
Yeah.
I find this a bit challenging for software developer because similarly they have to work on the projects,
Hmm.
they have to build coding, and same time or maybe just after working they also need to keep themselves updated with the latest course.
Hmm.
Like
Absolutely.
if a working professional is working from morning to evening, then at night he has to complete that course
Hmm.
so that he can get a better job in tech giants like Google or
Yeah.
Microsoft or the
Hmm.
companies that are in high demand. So these are pretty much challenges that they have to go in it. But also, as we say, that there are challenges but there are lots and lots of opportunities. And even if we talk about the future aspect, then the US Bureau of Labor Statistics projects, they
Hmm.
also said that there are a chance of 25% from 2024 to 2034. That means in coming 10 years there are 25% chances that this market will grow a lot and lot. So I think that's a great demand, and also
Mhm.
industries evolve, technology evolves too. So
Yes.
with more advancements like AI, machine learning, and blockchain technology, the demand for software developers are likely to stay stronger for next decade and beyond. Also,
Mhm.
Rajni, I would also like to talk about the reason that why software development is in high demand. So yeah, please, if you have anything, then yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, before I answer that, Sam, I would like to tell our audiences and our viewers that guys, you can also join us on this session by clicking on by our team is going to share the link with you of the episode, so that you can click on the link and join the session. The link is going to be given to you on LinkedIn. So make sure that you join the call, you join this session, and you can tell us if you ever had a difficult experience or whatever experience that you must have had in your career, landing a job. So you can share that experience with us on this platform, because today we are talking about which high demand jobs are perfect for new immigrants in the US. So please hop on this call, join this call, and we can have a great conversation. And if you don't want to join this call with your video, so what you can do is you can give us a call on this number, which is a conference number. You can give us a call on the number 425-436-6335. I would like to repeat the number, 425-436-6335, and you have to put the access code 98888. Yes, 9 5 times 8. So dial this number, dial this access code, and you'll be here with us, on this stream, on this session. And
Join.
yes, Sam, so you were saying that why is there so much of high demand
In
of for
software development.
software developers, right?
Yeah.
See, firstly, I mean, this is a very silly thing that I'm saying, but development, right? So
Mhm.
everybody needs development. I mean, I'm just saying it as if as a layman term. I'm talking the layman term, but then everybody needs development in the organization, right? So whatever company that you're in needs to have the development. So I feel that software developer is a job which will never go
Out of market or
out of the market,
yeah.
or which will always have a lots and lots of opportunities, right? Because every organization, whatever that they are working on, they will need software developers in their organization, like I said. But it depends upon the resume and the experience of the person. Sometimes people need high experienced people in their companies, and then sometimes people need freshers. So people will have to find the right uh, company for them, or the right organization for them, the right firm for them, so that they can improve themselves, and they can build an experience for themselves, right? And they can build their skill set, so that they can then poach in bigger companies like Google, or the bigger organizations basically that are available in the market.
Indeed.
Right? Software development is an opportunity. Or yes, Meta, Google, Amazon, Infosys, so many, Wipro, so many companies, right? Right. So they will always have opportunities, especially for software developers. So I
Absolutely.
think we and not just with software developers, Sam, it reminds me of other I mean other fields too. We'll talk about other fields, but I think for now, because you were talking about software developer, so like I said, I was saying this in a very silly way, but everybody needs development, right? So developers are needed everywhere. This is what I
No,
feel.
I don't think that it's a silly way. I think it's a very practical and it's a very informative thing that, mostly people are just ignoring the term. And now we should understand it's software developers. So it's never going to have an end, and it's always going to have more and more scopes day by
Right.
day. So
Mhm.
yeah, I also think that obviously there's a lot of companies that are shifting from traditional operations to digital platforms. And if we think about anything like from a daily life, like online shopping, banking apps, even
Absolutely.
virtual medical consultation, whatsoever, there, I think every time or all of these require a well built software to work smoothly.
Absolutely.
So there are thousands of startups also in the US that need software engineers to build their apps, websites, and digital products. Because
Hmm.
how you're going to do your, I mean, how you're going to promote yourself by building apps, by creating websites, and also through digital products. So I
Hmm.
think it's high in demand, and also now
And
people.
Sam, especially with now today, everything being, people have really been dependent on technology, right?
Right.
Everybody, whether it is about shopping, whether it is about ordering yourself lunches, dinners, or breakfast, right?
Yeah.
Or whether it is about being
Watching
and
Netflix,
just
kind of thing.
because if you, yeah, watching movies or shows or like that. And now, earlier we used to go outdoors to play games, right? Now nobody's interested in is in going outside and playing games outdoors. Now everybody is more interested in playing um
Video games.
video games and so many games basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have so many gamers out here. I'm sure a lot of gamers must also be watching us. We have one from our team who's a very good gamer. So yeah, I mean, everything depends upon these developers. So all the responsibilities actually lies on the shoulders of these developers. If they stop developing these things, just imagine how life is going to be. We won't be able to process, right? And we are doing this show.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because everything is there on technology. We are
Right.
able to connect virtually with people, and this is only possible with the help of the developers, right? If they are not going to be there, I mean, the world might actually come to a stop, is what I feel, right?
Absolutely. I am completely agreeing with your point, and I think it's very, understandable, and it's everyone is going to accept this thing that obviously without technology now nothing is there. And
Mhm.
even Rajni, how, I mean, there's also one reason because of remote work also.
Yeah.
The software developers are also in high demand because software developer, every company wants them and every company needs them.
Hmm.
So earlier, what used to happen that people used to work from office and they just have to go to that office. Then they have to hire. So the hiring was limited. But
Hmm.
now, after having this remote work, it also grows. It makes it easier to find skilled workers, and also it increases the demand because businesses are now constantly looking for talent around the whole world. They're
Hmm.
not sticking to a particular state or a particular country or a particular area. So it's like
Right.
globally, everyone
Hmm.
is getting opportunity,
Hmm.
and there's a high demand of software development.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think that's from my side. And also, I would also like to talk about the salaries. If
Right.
our viewers,
Before you do that, Sam, we have ZQ here. He says, if you love your job, then learning extra things is also fun. If you enjoy doing what you like, then it's never a chore or a bore. Absolutely. I 100% agree with you, ZQ. What you have said and written here, I 1000% agree with you. If you see, if you're passionate about your job and if you like your job, whether it is about sitting in a table chair and working on a laptop 24/7, but because you're passionate enough for the job, I don't think so you're going to mind that, right, Sam? The
absolutely,
passion should come from
absolutely.
inside, and if you're passionate enough, I think you're going to do whatever it takes to build that career, right? And then he also goes on to say that devs and IT engineers keep the internet alive. Of course, I don't think so. Now, especially now, ZQ, the human race is possible without devs and IT engineers.
Right,
I mean,
right.
people will say, I don't know. I mean, people can come on and say that, I don't know, Rajni, without the healthcare uh, industry, the human race is not possible because healthcare is something
Oh,
that,
come on.
but then, you
Yeah,
know what I mean. Of course, the I don't think so it's possible to live without devs and IT engineers. They are the ones who keep not just the internet but also the humans alive. We are day in and day out, we are on our phones. Even if our phone, we like keep our phones on the side for 10 or 15 minutes, We feel, even though nobody's going to contact us, Sam, nobody will send us one single message, then, just even after that, if we have kept our phone for 15 minutes away from us, we still will be feeling as if, we have got the call from maybe Donald Trump or Elon Musk, or we have got the messages from, text from them, right? Because we want to keep on checking our phones that we have received those messages or something we must have got. I think it has come in our habit. It has actually, we have become habitual.
Yeah.
We are now living on our phones, living on internet. So I don't think so life is actually possible without them. So yes, you were saying, please go ahead.
Absolutely. And also now we say that we need water. I think with water also we need internet technology. I think all these statements will go side by side. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I think now we should also talk about the salaries, or how much do software developers earn. So
Mhm.
there's a very good package that is being given, but if we specifically talk about entry level software developers, then they earn around $70,000 to $90,000 per year, and that's a great amount if we look for the entry level. And also, if we talk about mid-level developers, then about 3 to 5 years of experience, then software developers can earn between $100,000 to $120,000, and that's also a great amount. And for the senior developers, they can earn around $200,000 to $3,000, or even more, depending upon their skills and uh, the experience they have. So, for those specifically who are working in major tech hubs like San Francisco, New York, Seattle, and Austin, salaries also depend upon the location, or obviously the companies where they are working from, and that's how it exceeds to dollar how many for highly experienced developers. So
Mm.
yeah, I think software development is not just a high demand in the US, but it's also one of the most secure and well-paying career that anyone can pursue with hard work and experience. So that's how the demand for software developers is only expected to grow as industries also continue to evolve. So
Mhm.
I think that's a great opportunity. That's a great career that anyone can look for. But it also demands a lot of hard work. So if
Absolutely.
someone is coming into this career, then it's a humble suggestion or a humble advice that you need to be you need to give your 1,000% on this, because it's nothing that you can't be in this field with the mediocre kind of thing. You need to sharpen your skill. You need to be a lot and lot of passionate about your work, so that's how you're going to be on top, and that's how you're going to have a stable life,
Right.
specifically if we talk about US. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's very important.
Right. And Sam, Benisha has also commented here. She says, people are so addicted to their phones. Life doesn't seem to be possible for many without a smartphone. I so agree with you, Benisha. And if you can please join us on this call, it would mean a lot to us. And I'm sure you're also going to have a good time, having this conversation with us if you join the call. So please join this call. You can give us a call on this number, which is 425-436-6335. The access code is 988888, or 95 times 8. So you can also give us a call on this number, or you can directly join this call by clicking on the link, which which has been given actually on LinkedIn. So maybe if you can follow us on our LinkedIn page, so that'll be great. So we'll gain one follower, and you will also have a good time, having this conversation with us if you join the stream. So I mean, as sad as it sounds, but I think this is the truth, right?
Right, right. That's how. And
Yeah.
but we can't do anything, because it's completely dependent. We say sometimes, yeah, you need to stay away from your phone, you need to take a break. But that's okay. You should take a break from phone. But if we look on the other side, then how you're going to work? Because to work, you need to be on your phone, you need to be on laptop, you need
I
to
mean,
have technology.
I don't think so. Right now, look at influencers.
Mm-hmm.
Their whole career is actually built on phone. If the phone is their office, right? because they create these shorts and then they create these reels and they do this marketing and everything. They have their social media, they are on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're on YouTube, and with this they create every day, they create videos, they do these promotions, and they basically do so much. And wherever they go, if we ask them to don't be on their phone, how else are they going to make money? The
That's
phone is the
yeah,
phone their phone actually has become their office, right?
right.
So I mean, we can say whatever, but then this is the truth, guys.
Absolutely.
It's not just a smartphone right now. I think it has become more than that. And it has actually given a lot good careers to people. People are really making good amount of money by being on their phones. So earlier parents used to say that don't be on your phone, are you always going to be on your phone? But now parents say be on your phone, be on social media,
Completely
see
opposite.
how the world is changing, become influencer, right?
But that's how we can also see that earlier people used to work so hard. If we take any example like teacher, agriculture, farming, or whatsoever, they need to be physically how strong they need to be, or they need to spend so much time, so much sweat on their work, and then they get some amount of money. But
Hmm.
now it's like smart job. You can just
Yeah.
use your phone. You can earn a lots of money just by sitting at your home. And even 10-second, 12-second videos, if they get a lot of views, then congrats, you're earning a lot of money. So I
Yeah,
think that's also a smart way. You can earn money, and I think that's only important, to earn money, how
absolutely.
smartly you are earning. So if I think people are using their phone for these purposes, then it's
Yeah.
very good. So that's how you should be. You should know what is right, and you should know what's wrong.
So
So
see, now we know how many lives are actually dependent on these software developers. And ZQ is actually here, and he says political revolutions are taking place because of phones, even if it's a small button phone. I completely agree. You just simply go to Twitter and you put a hashtag and you type something. If it becomes trending, the governments are shifting, the revolutions are taking place, people are actually changing governments. So many, you know so, some countries, riots are happening, people are fighting, taking each other's lives. Why? Because things are being said on phone, things are being said, things are being typed on a platform, on a social media platform. As bizarre as it may sound, but this is the truth, Sam. So so many things are actually dependent now on internet and phones. So don't worry, software developers, you aren't going anywhere. You are going to be on the long run for a very, very long time. I feel it's your era, so it's going to be good for you. You're going to have lots and lots of opportunities w- because if you are there, we are here. If you're
right.
not here, we might not even exist.
So that's
Yes,
that's
ma'am, please.
correct.
Let's talk about some other field now, because
Yeah.
we have given a lot of time to software developers. I'm sure other careers and other fields must also be waiting. Let's talk about the other one.
Right, right. And I think Nipasa is here with us.
Okay, I think, Nipasa has also joined us.
Okay, I think due to some reason, Nipasa, we can't see you, but that's
Maybe
okay.
she's
Let's
trying to
move.
fix her camera. So meanwhile, yes, Sam, let's talk about another.
Right. So yeah, I would like to talk about. Well, I have few jobs, but now I would like to pick up another job, that is teacher.
Okay, hi Nipasa.
Hi, Nipasa.
Hi,
Please allow me to
hi to the
welcome
both
you
of
today
you.
on your own show, because rest of the days you used to do that.
I know. But thank you so much, guys. It's been a great conversation. It's really so interesting. And it's so true, how smartphones have become like, I think they are ruling so many lives now. I don't know if we are ruling them, but they are definitely ruling many lives.
No,
So,
that's
yeah, go on.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So, yeah, guys, I was talking about the future, different profession also. So now I would like to talk about teacher. So I think this is one of the most, sweetest job, I would say, that you have to be around kids.
Mhm.
But from you guys, I want to know that how personally you want to be like around kids? I mean, don't you think that instead of, it's just not a simple easy job, but out of that it's also a very much, you need to have a lot of patience to handle a lot of kids. What do you think about it?
Well, yeah,
Sam.
even that has become so different. I mean, from especially after the pandemic or during the pandemic, when classrooms were shut actually, and you were learning from your laptops, from your phones, and parents couldn't even say like shut your phone, and you had, I mean, kids had the excuse whether they were reading or not, they could just say, I'm actually reading.
Yeah.
So, and also, I mean, teachers also had to up their games. It was not just a blackboard and a chalk anymore. It's more about technology. And, we have so many things. I don't think like, I think notebooks are also replaced by laptops or iPads. So things are really changing, and being around kids, I don't know if, we as kids, we can't compare like the kids now with our generation, I think. They have also really evolved, and it's kind of like they know everything, especially when you talk with regard to tech or anything computer, anything mobile, they know already.
Right.
No, also the classrooms have become smart classrooms now. They are no
Yeah, they are
longer.
smart classrooms now.
Uh-huh. Classrooms are no longer with just blackboards and those chalks
Exactly.
and blackboards. Now they have become smart classrooms where they are being taught with monitors and so many things, right?
Yeah.
So the
Yes.
schools are also updating themselves with the technology because nobody wants to be behind. And especially, I would like to talk about, Sam, you were talking about teachers. So I would like to say here that, a good education can change, anyone, and a good teacher can actually change everything,
Yeah.
right? Even when we were
100%.
kids, we remember our teachers, especially those teachers who have had good impact on us and who actually made a mark on us, said nice things to us and motivated us. We still
Yeah.
remember them. We might not remember
Yes.
others, but we remember that one or two teachers from our colleges or from our schools who motivated us. And because of them, just because one teacher said that, okay, you speak very well, so you should be doing this. People have become, they have made their careers just by getting motivated with that one statement of their teacher. So I think education is a beautiful field, and if you can become a teacher and you can change lives, what can be beautiful than that?
Right.
Yes.
And
And
I think,
also adding to the point, like maybe another thing that hasn't changed is the personal touch.
Yeah.
You always remember teachers who have given, personal examples or who have had that, personal connection with you. I mean, not the bookish ones. I'm sure like you will remember your teachers. You can't forget your teachers. I
We
mean,
remember the bookish
but
ones also, but we definitely
yes,
remember the
but
ones who used to give real life
we remember them
examples.
all.
right.
Yeah, but then, there are some lessons we can never forget. And I
Yeah.
think that's what matters. That counts.
And
Yeah.
I think, that's why there's a huge demand of teacher profession in US
Mhm.
also, because there are lots and lots of students, who are, I mean, immigrating to US. And I think instead of H1B workers are obviously there are more, but more than that, we can see there are student visas. So there's a huge demand for teacher profession as well in US, and I think demand for teacher is expected, to remain high for the foreseeable future. And the Bureau of Labor Statistics also, they also predicted that the employment for kindergarten, elementary, middle, and even the lecturers are definitely going to grow by 4% from 2023 to 2020, from 2023 to 2033. So it's like a decade, so there's also a fast, I would say, fast, growth of teacher profession in the upcoming years. So that's also a very great job, and that's also a very high demanding job. And yeah, I think we can also see that this is not only about working from school right now, but also it's about online education and hybrid learning. So that is also a bit easier for teachers or for the one who wants to apply for this. They can apply for online education and they can apply for hybrid teaching as well. And these are the opportunities, new opportunities, for teachers who can work from anywhere. So yeah, this is a great platform that one can have it, and this also gives a
Can I
good.
just say one thing? Do you think like people may not need teachers anymore by any chance, especially with internet, homeschooling? I mean, even at home, your teachers could be, I mean, your parents could be your teachers and they could teach you everything. Do you think that this profession could, I mean, I don't know.
Go away?
Yeah.
Yes, kind of.
I don't think so, Nipasa, because see, education, a country is built by the kind of is built by education, right?
Hmm.
I think, of course, the parents can come and homeschool their children, and that's always available. But I think teacher is a profession which will never go away. This is what I feel, because
Yes, maybe
education.
classrooms may
Maybe,
go away,
yeah,
but not
maybe
teachers.
they will have changes, and maybe things will go virtual. They will connect on internet and will do the classes on Zoom, or how we are doing on this platform, maybe the YouTube or like that, which already has started now. But then I don't
Mhm.
think so that teacher as a profession will ever go away, because teachers are the one who make or break the youth of the country, right?
Yeah,
So
true.
yeah,
And
so
I mean, even if you're homeschooled, somebody will have to correct those examination papers and grade you,
of
and that
course.
can be only done by teacher, I guess. So yeah.
Right, and then if you remember, then there was this quote which we used to read in our childhood, that your parents are your first teachers, right? Though
Yeah.
they are our parents, but we still call them our teachers, because they used to teach us. They still teach us things, right?
Yes.
So we can say that teacher as a profession will go away. We can have debates about that. But then if we are calling our parents teachers, so how can that word teacher or teacher as a profession or anything,
Ever
it
go
will
away.
never go away, right?
Yeah, true. True. Sorry to, interrupt, but please carry on,
No,
whatever you're
I think
saying.
that was a very valid question and a great question. So thank you
Right.
for that. Yes.
And that's how we can keep ourselves also engaged and our audiences too. So thank you
Mhm.
so much, Nipasa. I also like that question a lot. But also, I also wanted to add something that, yeah, Nipasa also mentioned a very good point. And I also feel sometimes that people are becoming, if they are getting a job or if they are getting a time to choose a career, I think teacher profession they'll keep at their least. They'll prefer some development, they'll prefer IT department, they'll prefer some on the other department, the media or the IT. But I think teaching profession they keep at least, because also there's also a less payment as compared to other professions. So because of that reason also, people are taking a step back in the teacher profession. So
I don't
I
think so,
don't
Sam.
think
Not
so.
anymore.
Yeah,
Earlier it might be, but not anymore, because now teachers have also started, tuitions where they call the
exactly.
students, they give tuition classes to the students right after the school gets over. So that has also become a source of their income. So
And it's very high paying. I mean,
yeah, that's very
especially
high
if a
paying.
teacher goes, yeah, if a teacher goes to the student's house to teach for an hour or so, I mean,
Yeah.
you have to really pay them a lot. I mean, it's much more, I mean, now than ever, I think. Teachers
Yeah, no,
have
I
become
completely agree.
expensive.
Mhm.
right, right. Of course. How can I forget that? But thank you so much, to mention that and to also let me know about it. But
In the beginning, I'm so sorry to interrupt, Sam, but in the beginning of one's career, they will choose. They will, of course, they will try to explore everything that's possible, because of having that young blood, right? Because they want to explore every other possibility that is out there, so that they can see where the career takes them, where their career actually goes. So they will try everything. But then later, when a person starts aging and starts getting old, then I think teacher is one profession that you can always fall back on, is what I feel, because whatever knowledge that you have gained, whatever experience that you have gained from your life, you always want to impart that to the younger generation, right?
And let's
And
not forget, it's one of the most respectable
absolutely.
professions.
yeah,
You get that.
we
Nobody
can
else
talk.
is more respected than a teacher, I think.
Absolutely. Just think about our teachers. We still have so much respect and so much regard for them, right? It's only
Yes.
because, because of them we are here. If they weren't there, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so that
I can't
either of us
imagine.
could be here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
No, no,
can't
that's
imagine.
completely. I also agree with that, and I think that's one of the that's why we have such a soft corner for our teachers, for our school
Yeah.
teachers. So it doesn't matter how much they scolded us. Doesn't matter how much they complain against us with our parents, but that's okay. That's how we all grow. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think moving ahead, I
We
would
are
also
what we are because of them.
I agree.
right. And yeah, I think I would also like to talk about the other profession that is also in high demand in US, that is hospitality workers. So yeah, I think hospitality workers are also in high demand across the country, and the industry offers a great opportunities for both US citizens and the new immigrants as well.
Mhm.
But if we talk about like why is it in high demand, the reasons, then I think US economy is heavily reliant on the tourism and travel industries. So instead of making money in IT technology or in software technology, US is also making a lots and lots of money in tourism and travel industries too, because
Mhm.
millions of visitors arriving from around the world in US, not only for the purpose of working or to get a job, but also to visit, to have a good tour, with their family or with their any friends or anyone. And I think because of these reasons also, the hotels, resorts and restaurants, they are constantly in need of staff. But after COVID-19, the hospitality industry, they faced a kind of labor shortages as many workers moved to other sectors. But
Yeah.
now, with travel restrictions also lifted and tourism also rebounding, there's a strong need for workers to fill those vacancies at every level, from entry level to management positions as well. So there's a huge demand, guys, that is being extending across large cities like tourist hotspots like Florida, California, and New York, and even smaller towns with growing tourism industries. So this is also a very great opportunity for everyone to have a job in this, and I think that's okay. It's not possible for everyone to have a career or build a career in IT or a very tough, demanding job. But that's okay if they are also working in the hospitality area as well, because in hospitality, they can be waiters, they can be hotel management. So, there are different subsections as well in this thing. So, yeah, that's all from my side.
No, I think
Well,
healthcare workers are actually the heartbeat of America. Not just in America, whatever country that you're in, healthcare workers are the superheroes. They just don't wear the cape, but actually wear the scrubs, but they are the superheroes, right? They are the
agreed.
lifesavers, right? So I think honestly, if you ask me, there are two fields or two jobs which will never go away. One is healthcare, and the other one is restaurant, because you will never get tired of eating food, and I don't think so. You will ever, even though you yourself will not do that, but the season change and things changing, you are tend to fall sick, and you will need doctor and the healthcare workers. So I think these two fields are the two fields which will never go away, which will always be in demand, come what may.
Right. And that's
Absolutely.
how we saw in COVID-19 also. That
Right.
was the time when it was a complete lockdown, but few sectors that were still at high demand at that time. So that shows that, even when there was a lockdown, but still there were few sectors who were still working. So with that only, and healthcare was obviously it was major, it was one of them, and it was very important. So I think working in this sector is also a very safe, and also you can have a well stable life and career in this sector as well, because you'll be getting a good amount of payment, you'll be getting a good job, a reputable job as well, that you can earn and you can have a stable life in this
Yeah.
thing. What do you say, Nipasa, about hospitality workers?
Yes, talk about hospitality, then yes, I think, like Sam has already mentioned, people love to travel. And now, with people being FOMO, especially, you spoke about social media a lot earlier, and you see so many updates, people traveling everywhere. And when the other person is checking their phone, they're like, why am I not there? Why, when am I making my travel plans? And they feel that FOMO thing, which is so much in now, right? And
True.
talk about it. Then yes, restaurants, catering services, hotels, of course, they play a very, very important role. And folks out there, maybe you're looking for jobs, or you're trying to fit yourself in, or you're trying to see yourself where what position would fit you best. And if you think hospitality is your thing, or food services is your thing, then maybe you could also look onto this and see that you qualify yourself. And I think in hospitality, the most important thing is communication skills, and with the United States, I think you will have to know English very, very well. And that would be one of the major needs, or qualification requirements for this kind of job, or different jobs in this sector. And of course, apart from good communication skills, you'll also be have to be able to work, in a fast paced environment, and be able to adjust to things which are so different. Of course, like, every job you look for, they are going to train you. You will have sometimes weeks of training, a month's training, or months of training even, and you will definitely be qualified. But, uh, it's sometimes even prior experience is important. So if you're students and you're looking forward, to becoming something in hospitality or food services sectors, I think you can train yourself better, get that experience, and yeah, why not?
Yeah, and this is completely off topic what I'm going to say here, but I think I just want to discuss it because this is a platform where we discuss things, right? So I just want to say and just say this out here, that how an idea simply changes everything. One small idea, Sam and Nepasa, one very small idea that actually changed everything. Though there was Facebook was always there, right? Twitter was there. Then we had so many other, YouTube was there. Then Gmail, and so I mean, so many apps and platforms. So many things were there. But then when Instagram actually came, that one idea of a platform where people are allowed to simply post their pictures, right? I
Yeah.
mean, see, this is completely off topic, but then this idea of introducing Instagram, where people are only allowed to put their photos wherever they are traveling, or because we are talking about
Whatever they
hospitality,
wish. Yes.
right? So how it actually has boomed all these fields, all these areas, whether it is um, tourism, or whether it is
Mm.
uh, hotels, or whether it is this clothing industry, where people, because we know if you want to travel somewhere we have to buy new clothes, right? And then if we buy new clothes, and if we are traveling somewhere we have to book the hotels and everything, right? And then after that, then comes I mean, travel as in
Planning, planning the whole trip.
planning the whole trip, and then booking the cabs and making air
Everything.
tickets or train tickets, or all those tickets, right? And then after that, we will go there and we will spend time there. We will have to, of course we are going to order food, we will have our breakfast, lunch and dinner, and that actually also boomed. Then what else, if you can also add to this,
I mean, there is nothing that, I mean, no business or no person,
and
whoever
now,
owns a business, who doesn't have an Instagram page. I mean, everybody is so
right.
into that.
And
And,
now
even in fact,
people are just
yeah.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Now people are only getting married so lavishly so that they can post pictures on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
That marriage has also become a business rather than that intimate affair that it used to be
You
earlier.
know, you know, another thing which struck my mind when you spoke is, if you're in that restaurant and you're eating the food, and if you click a picture and you post a story, especially if you are famous, you get a discount, right? Like a 5% discount if you
Yeah.
post a story and tag your friends, ask them to follow, then even more. I mean, there's so many things and everything. I mean, all businesses are working better through Instagram, I guess you can say.
Yeah. Just one idea actually changed everything and actually boomed
Everything.
everything. All these industries, all these fields, right? So whether it is this tourism, whether it is or whatever, I mean, that comes in hospitality. So it's so great. I mean, who would have thought, right?
Yes.
Right, right, absolutely. And even if we talk about the salary expectations also, then I think there
I
are
don't think now there is
different.
any limit, Sam. Right?
Well, obviously that's how, but if we talk specifically about the terms, then that's also, people think that it's very less, but it's not about that. You can get, if you're hotel front desk clerk somewhere, then you can get in US that is 32,000 somewhere dollars annually. And if you want to work in housekeeping staff, then also you can get $28,000 and $35,000 per year. So that's also a good amount that you can have there and move ahead. Also, then also you can get as a hotel or restaurant managers. If you're working in this particular job, then you can get salaries for managers that is ranging from $55,000 to $80,000 per year, and it will go on and on depending upon how much you're working and how much uh, you have skills, right? So these are the like salary that one should know about the common roles that are in hospitality profession, so that they can have a easy understanding of which profession they would like to go or how much they are going to earn and how their life will be in US if they are going to choose the hospitality profession. So yeah, I think we have talked about 3 to 4 professions in this session, and I have more, but anything Napasa or Rajni, if you would like to come up, or should I continue with another profession as well?
Sure, you can, Sam. What's there on your
Go
mind?
ahead.
Okay, so I have one more that is farm workers, and that's basically about the agriculture. So this is also another that is high in demand, but most of the people, they don't want to work on this because it needs a lot of physical strength and physical work in this. So it's like mostly for those people who are not very much into I would say professionalism, or into professional working condition. So that's why they opt for farm working, and that's why they want to have their career in agriculture industry. But also the US agricultural industry relies heavily on manual labor to harvest crops like fruits, vegetables, and nuts as well. So there are several reasons that why it is high in demand for farm workers. So firstly, there is labor shortages. So as I also mentioned that most of the people, they don't want to come up and work in the agriculture sector, but that is what is the most important reason. That's why there's a high rise in demand for farm workers, because fewer people are willing to do farm jobs because they are tough and don't pay much. So that's why also immigration laws, also there are new rules and there are new laws also that have made it harder for foreign workers to get these jobs. So I think that's also a reason that why the US people, they are demanding for agricultural workers, but some on the other people are not able to work there because of, obviously, it's a lot of strength that's needed, and also the money if they get, that's also less as compared to their physical hard work. So yeah, that can be a reason that's little complicated, but that's all from my end.
I think, it's of course like very important. Food, we cannot live without we cannot survive without food, right? Whether processed, packed, or fresh, right
Yeah.
from your own kitchen garden. But you wouldn't survive without food. And I think this is not just in the US, but in the entire world that I think agriculture, I mean farmers for that matter, they are not paid enough. I mean, I'm sure they deserve much more. And I hope that governments all across the world would pay more attention to that as well. Because they should be paid more, I feel, because it's manual labor and they are not just feeding themselves, but so many other lives.
Yeah. Yeah. If I think our team actually posted this and said that if farms are not there, then no food means no restaurants mean no Instagram. Oh no, right? So this is how it is, right? So
True.
jokes apart, see, farmers are, I think, what builds the nation, because they are the ones who bring food, who are responsible to bring food to the table, right? So if the government supports them, I think now the government is also trying to understand the importance of farmers, and now I think they are trying to do something for the farmers. And but collectively, all the governments of all the countries should come together and do something for their country and for the farmers of their country, and so
Yes.
that it it actually benefits the agriculture field and the agriculture industry, and the farmers are they should be given tax exemption, which I'm sure a few countries do give to farmers. So things like that should be allowed for farmers so that they can grow, and they should not be burdened with taxes and so many other things that the other like the regular job peoples are burdened with. They should be allowed to actually uh, work hard and bring food to the table.
Yes. Yes, I
Absolutely.
mean, talk about farm work, food processing, even packaging for that matter.
Yeah.
Every food is packaged, right? Right. And there are different roles in this sector as well. And of course, they could be physically demanding, and but they do provide a steady source of employment. And like I mentioned earlier, I really hope that the government looks to this, and, I feel like they deserve much more than they are already getting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's how.
We
And
hear about farmer suicide so much, and this is one major concern, which I
Yes.
think we have heard
You
this so
know,
much in. Uh-huh.
yeah. No, go
Yes, go
on.
ahead.
After that, I will say
No, I
as
was saying that we have heard about farmer suicide so much in India and then also in other countries. This is all because the governments are not doing their bit in supporting them. Um, so I think if they are actually given what they need, and if they are actually are supported by the government, so I think it's going to be good for the country. And if the farmers are good, I think the whole country is going to be good.
yes, for sure. So what I remembered is another fancy thing, farmhouses. You know
Mm,
how it's become, like a lavish thing where people have their weddings or birthdays in farmhouses. They go for the summer to their farmhouses. Even
yeah.
these things would not exist without, people working in those farms. I know, I mean, the rich are, of course, living their lives luxuriously, but would they have this without their workers?
that's
Absolutely not.
that's how it happens.
So, everything boils down to the government. If they stop making
Yeah.
the rich richer and the poorer, I think,
Sure.
right? I
Mhm.
think if they do something about this, the world will be a better place to live in.
Right, that's how. Okay, so I think it's almost time, and we have covered a lot of different professions, and we have talked about the opportunities, we have talked about the challenges, also what different professions they are having, and also the future aspect too. So I think we have covered, a great amount of topic with our and everyone's point of view. So it was a great conversation. It was very informative and it was very diverse as well. So I enjoyed this conversation, and Napasa, you came
I did.
after half an hour, but still, you come up with great points. So we actually enjoyed those points as well. So now I think it's time for us to wrap up. But any last message or any last tip or suggestion that you guys want to share with our viewers, then please go ahead.
Rajni, please.
Nothing, Sam. We talked about software engineers, we talked about IT specialists, I guess, and then we talked about healthcare workers. Then, but still, there are so many other fields also. Then truck drivers, construction workers, and then, of course, we already talked about hospitality and food services. But then, agricultural workers we covered. But then there are also sales representatives and manufacturing and factory workers also, and cleaning and maintenance staff also. So there's still a lot to actually talk about, and a lot of other industries and a lot of other fields also, which has like good number of opportunities, but you should be willing enough to work in these fields. And no job or no nothing is, people sometimes think that, okay, they only need to have this job, otherwise they will not be reputed enough in the society. But I would say no job is small, right? So yeah, so the opportunities are vast out there. You just have to grab the right kind of opportunity, and you should have the willingness to actually work, right? And if you have the willingness to work, then the world is actually a oyster.
Yes.
I'm sorry if what I said is wrong, but I think I'm right, Nepal?
Yes,
And
yes, you are. You are.
yeah,
Absolutely.
okay.
I
So
was
this is
just
from my
saying, yes,
side.
of course. I mean, that whatever Rajni has said, and of course, if you have the passion for it, if I mean, if your job is what you're passionate about, nothing like it, I guess. So, of course, you have to find your calling, but until you find that, you still have to do something, right? So,
Yeah.
you might as well figure out what you're capable of, and there's nothing I think in the world that one cannot do. So, it's best to train yourself, find what you really want to do, where you fit in best, and work on it. All the best, folks out there.
Absolutely. So I think, yeah, thank you so much, everyone, Rajni and Nabasa, also, for bringing up such a great points and making the session a very insightful one. So thank you so much, everyone who has joined us, and it was a great session ahead. So, let's just keep on subscribing to Immigration and Jobs Talk Show for more immigration updates and to keep yourself updated regarding all the immigration news. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to us. And please join us on Daily Immigration Dose. This platform is for you guys to share your information, to share your experiences, or any knowledge that you would like to come up in front of everyone. So we stream live every day at 4 p.m. EST from Monday to Friday. Thank you so much, everyone. It was lovely having you. Me, Rajni, and Napasa are signing off for now. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.